This is Alan Parry bringing you live coverage then from Old Trafford as West Ham in their change strip of all white get the game underway. The referee today, incidentally, is Mike Reed, the strictest of all the Premiership officials. 74 yellow cards, 4 red already for him this season in 13 games. And one man who knows all about disciplinary problems, Neil Ruddock, one of the West Ham centre-backs, who's already run up 5 cautions this season. Jaap Stam for Manchester United, who are 4th at the start of play on 35 points. 5 points behind the new leaders, Chelsea, who overtook Aston Villa at the top yesterday. Blomqvist for Manchester United, Giggs in this new role at outside right rather than outside left, and immediately called into action with a shot from Andy Cole was the West Ham goalkeeper Shaka Hislop. Well, if he wasn't warmed up, he certainly is now. Inside the first minute, Hislop called to go down to his right to keep at that effort from Andy Cole. Smiles all round. First corner to Manchester United. Giggs has gone over to his usual left-hand side to take this. And a free header there for Henning Berg. West Ham's defence a little bit slack then. Got away with it. And United off to a flying start here. And Henning Berg could well have scored a very early goal. Rio Ferdinand. A little speculation that he could be leaving West Ham eventually, and certainly Manchester United would be first in the queue if that happens. And there's danger for West Ham here. Ryan Giggs in possession. Took a little deflection. Well, I thought it did. So did Giggs clearly as he runs across to referee Reed to appeal for the corner. Let's have a look again here. Certainly concern for West Ham at the way their defence was opened up there. Well, there was a clear header away as Giggs played the ball in. Blomqvist again. It's all Manchester United in the early stages here. And that shot by Dwight Yorke straight into the midriff of Shaka Hislop. The combination between Yorke and Cole has come off much more quickly, I think, than anyone, even at Old Trafford, expected. 23 goals between them already. Manchester United really moving sweetly early on. Dwight Yorke for them. West Ham hardly got out of their own half. Irwin. Good cross as well. The header away was by Ruddock, and that just bounced for a corner. Irwin has been virtually like an auxiliary attacker in the opening few minutes here. Coming up to 10 minutes gone, and it's been all Manchester United. Blomqvist's corner is a good one too. Sinclair with a header, wasn't a very clean one. Roy Keane for United. Good ball to find Blomqvist. And the young Swede takes on the defence single-handedly. The clearance only as far as Stam. Keane plays it back into the danger area. And a lovely ball here to Dwight Yorke! Manchester United in the lead. 10 minutes gone. And you have to say, it's looked inevitable from the kick-off. They came roaring out of the blocks, and the goal, no surprise. Beautifully constructed move, and Dwight Yorke on the end of it with a beautifully hit shot into the corner for his 13th goal of the season. And what a job West Ham have got on their hands now. Manchester United in front early on. Lampard, Bergovic. Pearce getting forward down the right-hand side, and he's found him with a good ball. Hartson well placed in the middle. Brilliantly cut out by Henning Berg. Otherwise, Hartson would have had a tap in. Well, that'll encourage West Ham. But here goes Blomqvist on the counter for Manchester United. And gets it back again. 3 in the middle. Yorke and Cole should have scored. Brilliant move here by United. Blomqvist so quick to counter-attack, and really that should have been goal number 2. We've got to give credit to Xhaka Hislop, but I think Andy Cole would have expected to score here. So West Ham breathe again. A wonderful flowing movement by Manchester United, a real possibility of offside, you have to say there, and this is the goal, of course, and West Ham might feel aggrieved if they can see that picture, which they won't get to do, of course, to the end of the game. But Dwight Yorke's arrival really adds to the artillery here at Old Trafford, and will give them a wonderful chance of regaining their title this season, I'm sure. Remember, since the Premiership was formed, United have been champions 4 times and runners-up on the other 2 occasions. A phenomenal record. And they go forward again now with Nicky Butt. It's a good ball for Giggs, and Giggs through to Cole. How did he miss that? For the 2nd time in the half, Andy Cole has missed a really clear-cut opening. West Ham hesitating, expecting an offside flag. Let's have a look. Well, he certainly was offside. There is no question about that. West Ham finished 8th in the Premiership last season. But they were only a couple of points short of qualifying for Europe. Wes Brown guarding the ball out there against Lazaridis. It's West Ham's 6th successive season in the Premiership. Not bad that for a club who used to regularly bounce around between the top 2 divisions. Giggs, good ball too. Gets it back again from Dwight Yorke. Andy Cole, the furthest forward here for Manchester United. Giggs goes alone, and it wasn't that far wide. He's having a good season for scoring goals, Ryan Giggs. 7 already, only 2 short of his total for the whole of last season. Though 4 of those came in the Champions League. Now Lazaridis again for West Ham. Well, going backwards keeps them in possession, but it's not going to get them that equaliser. And it's almost frightening, really, the gulf in standard, so far anyway, between 2 teams who are only, what, 3 places apart in the league table. And Harry Redknapp, one of the most honest managers in the game, will be the first to admit his team have been totally outplayed here. The miracle is it's only 1-0. Blomqvist sets it up for Nicky Butt to hit it! Against the post! And Cole hammers in the rebound, and now it's 2. The mystery is why Manchester United have taken so long to get their 2nd. Jesper Blomqvist has done so many good things down that left flank already today. With a lovely little ball, inviting Nicky Butt to hit it. It struck a defender on the way, then struck the post, and Andy Cole struck the back of the net. 12 for Cole this season, 13 for Yorke. That's how close they are, and that's what a massive contribution they've made to Manchester United's season. Blomqvist wins it back. Irwin. This is Stam. Good ball. Dwight Yorke. Nicky Butt. Oh, a lovely volleyed ball out to Giggs. The crowd behind that goal rise in anticipation. But the ball in by Giggs wasn't good enough, really. West Ham scramble it away. And I bet they can't wait to hear that half-time whistle. Giggs. Here's Yorke. Nicky Butt. Taken off him by Rudder. But again, West Ham find that they just can't keep possession for long enough. Yorke. The end of an overwhelmingly one-sided first half at Old Trafford. Trevor Sinclair, incidentally, is the player whose place Joe Cole has taken. So that might mean a little bit of a tactical switch around anyway for West Ham, as Sinclair was playing up front in theory anyway, in the first half, alongside John Hartson, though he never got to join him there very often. Pearce still operating down this right-hand side for the Hammers. Lomas. And now Berkovic. There's the youngster Cole, who is said to possess a little bit of everything in a footballing sense. Good tackler, good passer of the ball, can shoot, can head the ball even though he's only about 5'6". Well, do you count that as West Ham's first effort? If so, it was miles off target from Berkovic. And Raimond van der Houw in the Manchester United goal has had such a quiet afternoon. He could have had the proverbial fag on, really, for most of the game. Ferdinand's clearance. Now Berkovic. Hustled out of it by Blomqvist. Keeps possession. Lampard. And here's Joe Cole again. Oh, what a good ball. Seen enough already to realise that it wasn't hype, the pre-publicity. Lazaridis gets the cross in, and there was an opportunity there for one of the smallest men in West Ham's team, who seemed to be caught by surprise as the cross came in, Berkovic. Here was the first clear-cut opportunity that West Ham have created in, well, almost 50 minutes of football. Here's Giggs. Wes Brown comes to win it back. Nicky Butt finding Ryan Giggs again. Danger for West Ham here. It's a good ball too for Andy Cole. And he just couldn't dig the ball out from between his own feet then. Lomas and Nicky Butt collide. Irwin in possession for Manchester United. Butt is there again. Keane. Oh, it was a good effort. Hislop down to his left to keep it out, but at the expense of a corner. He's hit 3 goals already this season, Roy Keane. And he's played in every single Premiership match for Manchester United. Giggs with a corner kick. Cleared with ease on the near post. But again, when West Ham do get it away, it just comes right back at them again. Giggs. Now Blomqvist. Always someone on hand to continue the attack, and there's a lovely ball to Irwin. Hislop's done well, but should still be punished, and Cole has missed again from 6 or 7 yards out for the second time in the game. Brilliant Manchester United attacking play here. Just look at the quality of that ball from Keane, and really Hislop did so well, and you really would have bet money again on Andy Cole finding the net here. But got underneath the shot and skied it over the crossbar. Oh, I like it. Confidence to do the little back heeler at Old Trafford. Foul then by Stam on Hartson. We claim the first foul was by him, but a lovely little moment here from Joe Cole at 17 on his league debut at Old Trafford. Had the temerity to back heel the ball and find a colleague. Should be Van der Houw's. Well, he's probably had a lot more to do in the reserve games he's played for Manchester United, the Dutch goalkeeper. An offside decision anyway there, but he wanted the catch just to keep warmed up. And Manchester United still face the problem, of course, of replacing Peter Schmeichel, who's currently on holiday in Barbados, and who will retire at the end of the season. Here's Dwight Yorke. Brilliant skill by Yorke. And sets it up for Nicky Butt. Good save, and Irwin fails to turn in the rebound. The left back has now had 2 chances to score in the opposition penalty area in the space of 10 minutes. That's how much United dominate. The attendance just confirmed that, yet again, the inevitable 55,000 here at Old Trafford. Can West Ham get the goal that will give them a hope? Lomas again. Potts. Oh, there's a loose ball, and they could be made to pay for that. Ryan Giggs. West Ham getting men back furiously. Cole. Hislop saves again. Well, Andy Cole could have had a hat-trick today, no problem. He's missed a couple of easy chances. There's nothing easy about that one, but Hislop denied it. Berkovic. It's all going wrong when they get to Manchester United's penalty box. They just have not been a threat, really. In their away matches last season, West Ham only scored 16 goals in 19 games and conceded 39. They've tightened up a lot this time round, but today looks like being one of those days for them. And they look to be headed for their 4th successive away defeat. For Manchester United. Blomqvist. And perhaps it's reaching the stage of the game where Alex Ferguson might be thinking of making a change just to freshen things up and give one or two other players an opportunity. Here's Cole. This time he doesn't miss. Yorke and Cole's partnership again. Absolutely devastating. Second goal for him, and almost inevitably it was his partner in crime who gave him the final ball. Lovely, accurate finish, easy to just blast the ball in that situation, but this time he kept the cool head, Andy Cole, and gets his 2nd goal of the game and his 13th goal of the season, so he's now level on goals scored with Dwight Yorke, and that personal little battle for supremacy in the scoring list has reached equality. 2 for him today, 1 for Yorke, 13 for each over the season. Here's Johnsen again for Manchester United. Yorke, good ball for Giggs. Well played Hislop, but he could still be beaten, and is. Manchester United score again, and it didn't take the little fella long, did it? The man they call the baby-faced assassin hammers another nail into the West Ham coffin. Ole Gunnar Solskjær. Giggs almost scored. Shaka Hislop denying him, and it was a neatly placed header by the Norwegian international. And despite the attempt on the goal line by Rio Ferdinand to keep the ball out, Solskjær finds the net, and United take a 4-0 lead. Well, sometimes you can say, in all honesty, that scorelines flatter teams. Not today. And all the pretenders to the title will have seen today what they've got to achieve to finish ahead of Manchester United, that's for sure. The likes of Chelsea and Arsenal, and of course Aston Villa. Lomas. There's Berkovic. Cole. Gets it back again from Berkovic. And a chance here for Lampard. Against all odds, West Ham have got a goal back. And you can tell from the muted celebrations that it's pretty meaningless. And the phrase consolation goal doesn't really begin to describe this, because it will be no consolation whatsoever. Good football, to be fair. Very good build-up, and Frank Lampard with a relatively simple finish gets his 3rd goal of the season. He managed 9 from midfield last season, a good total, but it really isn't going to make any difference. seen their team devastate West Ham, and that's not an exaggeration.